All right, guys, welcome back, or girls. I don't want to leave you guys out. We're on the MacFox X2. I want to make sure I say that right because sometimes when I say it, it sounds like I'm saying MacFox. So it's a MacFox X2. This is the one that has full suspension all the way around. The X1 is very, very cheap. It has no suspension. I still highly recommend that bike. That one's $1,000, but if you use my coupon code, MrCentralDriver, you can get that bike down to $900, and honestly, it's fantastic. Now, this one is an extra $700, does come with a bigger battery, full suspension, front and back. You also have turn signals in the front, and we're gonna die. We're gonna die like right off the bat. I'm glad I was paying attention because I was looking at other stuff on the bike. But anyways, we got a bigger headlight in the front compared to the other one, so this is definitely a lot better. We're gonna test that out tonight when we leave work. So in this video, basically we're doing about 13-14 mile trip. Maybe I'll take it on the shortcut. Maybe we'll lose a mile less because I like taking the overpass. It's a little bumpy, but kind of test out the tires and the suspension. But really quick, if you guys don't know exactly what I'm on, if you guys didn't see the other video, let me show you guys really quick. You have a daytime running light right here on this. I don't think the other one had that. You got hydraulic brakes from DY Island. We also have the bag accessory right here, so you can open this up and put some stuff in here. I will say it is a little bit more flimsier than I would like it to be. I don't know, I wouldn't really trust something very, very valuable in there. And I'll also say that mine is crooked. I need to align this up better. Mine only came with one washer as well, and I had to find one in my garage, so I don't know what happened with that. But again, big battery, full suspension, nice comfortable seat as well. You can put 2 people on here if you want. There is no passenger pegs in the back, but I mean, they could just lift their legs up and be perfectly fine. You can also get this bike with fenders. We're supposed to get the fenders as well, but it didn't come at the same time as the bag. So if we do get the fenders, I'll make a separate video kind of showing them in one of my other like vlog videos, but we haven't got those yet. But you can get the option to get those. And then I put this light on the back because I'm not a big fan of this brake light. It doesn't work with the brake lever, so it doesn't get brighter. So I just put this on here. It's a white light. I have my shred lights that are the R1s that are red, they flash, but those are on my Extreme Bull K6. So I'm just gonna flash this down so no one's tripping and I don't blind anybody. But anyway, that's a look at the bike. Now, something I like to say in all my videos so you guys know what's up is that I'm 165 to 170 pounds. I also have my backpack with me. I got a gaming console in there, you know, my apron and some pins and box cutters and whatnot. So I probably have an extra 5 pounds on my back. So just add that into my total weight so you guys can get an idea of how fast this bike picks up speed and what our top speed is when we're riding it around, because this is accurate, 100% accurate. The mileage is also accurate as well. I believe we started at 8 miles, so we could technically go off that if you want. That's one thing I was very impressed with this bike, is the fact that they just got this thing dialed in so perfect without having to go into the settings and change your wheel diameter or anything. The speed matches and the GPS matched up 100% to my phone, so I don't need my phone up here to show you guys the speed or the GPS. We're good on that. And you guys should be good too if you guys get one as well. All right, big bump coming up, big bump. Oh! Oh my God! All right. That wasn't that comfortable, I'm not gonna lie. So one thing I noticed on this bike that's supposed to be the biggest pro of it is that they added suspension compared to the cheaper model, the X1, but the suspension doesn't feel that good. It just doesn't. The biggest upgrade I noticed on this bike was the extra added power. Now we have a 1,000-watt peak motor in the back, and it performs very well. We're now hitting 30 miles per hour. You do get a little bit of vibration on the back of the motor, but it's not too bad. It's just something I noticed when you're doing 30 miles per hour. And you know what? This thing goes decently fast. We're gonna stay in the street behind this Honda Accord and hope no one hits us. We'll try to get right on their ass so I'm not holding up traffic behind me. I know how I would be if I'm in traffic and there's a bike in the lane. I'd be like, what the hell is this guy doing? Get out of the way. Get out of the way, jackass. I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding. But look at that, I'm staying with traffic, we're good. Ah, damn, I should have went with them. Oh, damn, there's people running across the street and everything. All right, at least I'm not doing that. Now the bike does have a gradual start taking off from like 0 to 10, but after that it takes off pretty good. It's not terrible whatsoever. I think the reason why it moves so well is because it's only 65 pounds. It's a very light bike. We're not working with like a 90 plus pound bike like the Rev 1, so it definitely feels like it has decent power. Now the Rev 1 is still definitely faster. It's a 52 volt. This is a 48 volt. I would have loved to see a 52 volt system on this bike, but it is what it is. I mean, we can't change it. But I really think they should have just added suspension to this bike, maybe not even upgraded the motor or the battery, and just try to keep it maybe an extra like $300 instead of an extra $700. But really quick, so you guys know, I do have a coupon code for this, so you guys won't have to pay $1,700. So you guys can use that. I'll have links down in the description. I'll also put it on the screen right now. It's different from the X1 coupon code. It's actually MrCentralDriver X2. And then if you want to buy the X1, just type in MrCentralDriver. And I'm hoping we can get through here because this is all brand new to me. I see people making a U-turn, so I don't know what the heck's going on. But I'm coming through here because I'm not going all the way around. Heck no. Whee. Yeah. Oh my God, they really tore up this road. We're really testing out the suspension on this thing and it's not comfortable. Oh my God, that was horrible. I should have bought the Talaria XXX, holy crap. Oh man, the biggest thing of this is just the seat. The seat definitely absorbs a lot of stuff, but if you definitely hit a big pothole, you're coming out like out of the seat. But I will say that my butt always feels very comfortable, but it's my hands. I feel like the front suspension is not doing enough for this bike. It should have been softer. Now, one thing I'm a little worried about on this bike is the tires. I don't know if they say they're puncture resistant on their website, but I did feel them. They do feel slightly thicker than your average like Chinese tire that you get, like the Yin Yang or Langley or something like that. I can't remember, but they do feel a little bit stiffer, but they still worry me on getting a flat, especially when I'm riding in right now. I feel like any like decently sized thorn is really gonna jack me up. So I'm really hoping we don't get a flat on this bike while coming to work. That would ruin my day. I would turn back around, go home, and then not go back to work. All right, let's do some sharp turning right here. Let's see how it does. Oh yeah, we stood in the bike lane too. I thought I was gonna have to jump in the street, but that's not too bad. Nice and comfortable. Got that motorcycling going on right there, boom. But we do have a lot of debris over here, so I'm gonna try to watch out for that. And then let's see how it does uphill, because I didn't do any hill tests in my review video. We did one up like a dirt hill, but not an actual overpass. So here we go, let's see how it does. 20 miles an hour, this is accurate by the way. 21. It keeps jumping up between 20 and 21. Now it's, oh, is it gonna go to 19? Feels like it's slowing down. All right, we held 20 miles per hour coming up here. This is probably a bike that I probably wouldn't recommend for hilly areas like San Francisco or LA, depending on where you live at. It's just mostly for flat ground. If you gotta go up some overpasses, cool, but that's about it. Now coming downhill, I thought we would hit like 33 miles an hour, but I feel like it's just limiting our power. And it's only keeping us around 30 to 31 miles per hour. And I can really hear that rear motor having a harsh like vibration noise when you hit 30 miles an hour. So one thing with adding on this bag right here that I told you was crooked, these do make a little bit of noise. So I'm not a big fan of the little, the zipper part. It came up on my seat again. So these make some noise. I can't really hear them because I have a full face helmet on, but I've noticed when I had it installed and I was moving it around the garage that these just kind of make like a clunky noise around. So I'm not a big fan of that. So that's why I kind of have these like open just ever so slightly so they don't hit the stem. Because if it really hits the stem, it's really gonna make a lot more noise. So I kind of have them out this way. But I like the fact that I can't see the batteries crooked and I can't see that the battery's moving, because in my review video, this moves side to side. It's not a very sturdy mount for the battery. I think they use the same mount they use for their smaller battery on the X1. And this battery is so much more heavier and beefier that it's struggling to hold it on. So hopefully nothing happens to the battery. I don't really think it's gonna come off the rack, but it's just not really nice to look at. But if you get the bag right here, you don't have to see that anymore. And I should have used the USB charging port that's on the battery as well if I had a phone mount, or I could have just put the cable in my pocket so I could charge my phone on this ride, because my phone's almost like dead as I'm coming to work. So it would have been nice. You can charge your accessories from the battery. It's definitely gonna, you know, drain your mileage a little bit depending on what you're charging, but it shouldn't be that bad. Now, can you guys hear the noise from the motor? I'll give it a second. So I tried to up the audio so you guys can hear that noise. It just sounds weird. It does say that we lost a battery bar already, and work is about 6.5 miles away. So we'll just kind of keep an eye on that battery bar when we head home. I'll let you guys know. And now that we're going downhill, it went back up to full battery bar, but we know that's a lie. We're not at 100%. One thing I would have really liked to see was a voltage reading. But I do think that you can get into wattage, which is cool. Something I didn't do my video review. So if you guys are watching this video, you guys get this little advantage of knowing that you can see your wattage on this display as you're riding, which is super cool. Right now we're doing 850 watts. On average, it normally does about 750 to 800. But that's super cool that it gives you that option to see like how much power you're using. All right, that's what I'm talking about. I'm pulling up to work right now and the load's already here, so I don't have to do that shit. Awesome. Yeah, there we go. I'll take that. I hate doing the loads sometimes, man. They always come at the worst time. So I'm not sure if you heard this during the ride, but check this out. Definitely make some noise. The bag is cool. Honestly, I would rather opt for the fenders and just put stuff like in a backpack or in your pocket, depending on what you need. But if you really need a lot of storage, it's a cool little bag accessory that goes on there. But fenders to me would be a must on this bike, depending on where you ride at. But anyways, I'll see you guys at nighttime in about 9 hours, and we'll check out all these lights. All right, guys, what's up? Welcome back. Dang, someone dropped all their raspberries on the ground. You guys see that? Damn, that sucks. Raspberries aren't cheap. They're like $5. Shit, someone lost out. But anyways, all right, so we're on the MacFox X2. Let's turn it on. So it doesn't have a sensor like the other bikes that we just did the other day, which is super nice on the Ingwe bike, but you have to turn on everything yourself. So even the backlight to this display doesn't turn on by itself. So you have to hold this top button to get this to light up at night. But your headlight doesn't go on automatically. You do have a daytime running light though. I will show you. So you have this, let me turn it like that so the wheels don't move. So you do have that ring around the edge, but you do have to come up here and you have to actually hit this little headlight button right here. And that's how you get your low beam on. And then you can see that that's how we get our brake light on as well. And then I'm probably gonna put this on too. There we go. It doesn't need to be that bright, just something that kind of shines on the ground behind me. And then you have this button, if you guys can see it, this is the high beam. So there's that, you can see it, high beam going on. Dang, you can see the car's lights all the way down there like little reflectors. Holy crap, so that's cool. And then we also have turn signals as well. And I know it's kind of, don't fall please. I know it's kind of lit up over here, so what I'm gonna do is we're gonna ride it in some dark areas. We're gonna go on this dark trail, and I'll pull over again and I'll show you how they look in a pitch black area. All right, so let's get on the way and go. All right, here we go, guys and girls. This is the first time looking at this headlight the way I set it up. I did tighten it down pretty tight, so if it's not angled correctly right now, I'll do it when we get on the trail because I'm not gonna be able to move that big old headlight right now, but holy crap, I gotta turn my head this far to see how far that light goes. Wow, I can definitely tell that it's pointed down a little bit too low, but wow, does it go so far? That's impressive. And then here's with the high beam on. All right, not too bad. Hopefully no one's gonna flash their beams at me. Oh, come on, bike. Only 19 miles an hour. I know I put like 2 energy drinks in my backpack since I left work, but it don't make that big of a difference. Come on now. All right, so low beam, high beam, low beam, high beam. Woo! So here we are on the trail, complete darkness. I will show you how dark it is over here. I do this on all my videos. So if I were to turn off the whole entire bike, I forgot that the headlight stays on because you actually have to hit the headlight button. So there we go. So everything is completely turned off. So that means that you can turn the bike on, but this is the daytime running light. So that's always going to be on if you have the bike on itself. Doesn't really give out any light. It probably comes over a little bit brighter on the GoPro because the ISO, but definitely you're not going to be able to see while riding. I don't know how that's going to come over until I edit the video. But anyways, let's turn on this headlight so now you can see how much it's lighting up out here. I'm going to move it up ever so slightly. There we go. Wow, that's looking a lot better right there. Hold on. There we go. It looks like I didn't tighten that tight, but it actually moved looser than I thought it was. So that might actually jump back down, unfortunately. And real quick, let's show you the turn signals up here. I only need to do one. They're both the same. So there you go. That is the headlight with the low beam on, not the high beam. The turn signals are okay. I like that they're sequential, but definitely that headlight is kicking ass compared to those turn signals. But realistically, if I stand this far back, I can see them. So I would think that it's a motorcycle technically if I wasn't looking at it like, you know, very closely and really paying attention to it. So this is how the back looks. Obviously, I know I got this little light shining down because I just want to give a little bit of light to the back because I'm not a big fan of this brake light, if this is washing out or not. But turn signals look good in the back. Brake light, not so much. Does not work with the brake levers as well, unfortunately. Huge missed opportunity. So bad on MacFox for that. Sorry. And this is the high beam right here. If you guys can see that back and forth. You don't even need the high beam on this bike. This is actually a very good headlight for this priced bike. Oh, I forgot you turn it off and on. It goes back into zero mode. It doesn't have a memory function like some bikes do where it remembers the last setting you were in. So it was back at zero, which is nice though. I do like bikes that have a zero mode because if you really just want to pedal this bike without any pedal assistance, it's nice that it has that. But all right, so anyway, let's continue on this trail. Hopefully we don't run into any rabbits on this trail like we did on the Rumble Motors Apex. Holy crap, I almost like crashed on that bike because of that rabbit, but I'm glad we didn't because we sold it the next day. I'm really sad that bike is gone. But I'm enjoying the very comfortable ride and being able to see everything in front of me. That is awesome, guys. Oh, you don't understand how nice it is to be going like, well, right now we're only doing 25, but when you're doing like 28 or oh, look, they're back. Where'd he go? Wait, they go on the street? Where'd they go? I lost them. Well, at least they weren't on the trail this time, but man, they're so cute. Dude, look how far I can see on this trail. This is fantastic. This is like a 2 or 3. Oh, dang. Uh-oh. I actually turned off my light because of that. Here's one. Wait, where'd he go? Oh my God, look how cute he is. Look at him. Look at him go. Look at him go. You're cute. I just want to touch you. Come here, I just want to touch you. Let me just pet you real quick and I'll let you go. Where'd he go? Wait, where'd he go? All right, he must be in the bush and I'm not going to be able to get him, but man, oh, they're so cute. All right, back to what I was saying. All right, so this does have a like 2 or 3 pound headlight in the front. It's absolutely heavy as hell compared to other e-bikes that I review. Like the Ingwe headlight was like ounces, like literally ounces, like not even half a pound, I don't think. So it's nice to have like a really good headlight on your bike, and they did a very good job at it, I will say. Let's jump off the curb real quick. Oh, it's very stiff. Very stiff. And I noticed when I got to work, I should have wore gloves. You should always wear gloves on these bikes. But somehow I cut my hand with this half twist throttle. And I think what it was is this little metal bracket right here for the twist throttle. I don't know how, but somehow I cut my hand. You know what? Let's stay on this side for once. Normally we're on the other side. Let's just YOLO and be on this side. Why not? Drop a comment, guys, and let me know how many of you guys are really going to maybe look into this bike over the X1. And not even that, how many people are actually gonna use turn signals on their bike? I'm just curious. I love bikes that have turn signals. I'm not hating on it, but honestly, I don't use the turn signals. The only time I ever use the turn signals is if I'm legit at nighttime, in traffic, and I need to let people know what the heck I'm doing. But other than that, if I'm riding the bike lane, I'm not using no turn signals. There's a little sketch. Oh, all right, we made it. Heck yeah. What I noticed when I was riding this bike at work in the store, when I was bringing it up to the front before I left, I didn't have my backpack on or anything like that, and my helmet wasn't on, which I have a lot of stuff on my helmet as well. This thing actually picks up speed pretty damn good, but it's 0 to 10 miles an hour is pretty slow. Then after 10, it's like VTEC in a Honda Civic. It actually takes off pretty good, but I just have a little bit of extra weight on it. So that's why. There's probably an extra, I don't know, 5 to 10 pounds on my back. And then the helmet setup as well, I wasn't even thinking about. But I like it. It definitely has good power. I don't think a lot of you guys are going to complain unless you guys are like an adrenaline junkie. Then yeah, get the Extreme Bull K6. You can't go wrong. That's like the fastest thing you can own other than having a Sur-Ron with 72 volt and you put it to like 18,000 watts or whatever. That's pretty fast as well, and it's super fun and a higher top speed because you can change off the sprocket. Extreme Bull K6, you can't do that. Ooh, man, It's definitely a bumpy section right here and did not feel comfortable. And I always like to be honest with you guys in all my e-bike reviews. I love this brand as a company. I don't know if they've had issues like shipping the bikes or stuff breaking or failing over time. I have no idea. I've heard that about Highboy, but I haven't heard about this company. But what I'm trying to get at is, I don't think this is really worth it over the MacFox X1. I just really don't think it is. I feel like the X1 being $1,000, you can't beat it. I'm giving facts out here, guys. With my coupon code, it's $900 to get the X1. This one is like $1,550 or something like that, because I think it's $1,700 and my coupon is $150 off. That's a lot more money. But granted, the battery has a huge thing to do with the price because batteries are not cheap, and they did go to a 20 amp hour battery on this thing. So if you need the range, you should maybe consider this one if you like the company, or maybe you bought a bike from them already and you already like the MacFox X1, then you're definitely gonna love this. It's basically the same, feels a little bit better on the road, not that much different though in like ride quality, just, I don't know, it maybe went up a point, I would say, compared to the other one that it has suspension. But the biggest thing is the better headlight, turn signals, bigger battery, but the brake lights suck. So unfortunately, that's one of my downsides of it. I'm taking this way. We're not taking a main street. I'm not going by In-N-Out. You know how many people get burgers right now at like 12:30 at night? Oh my gosh. Oh. Yep, I went out of my seat about 6 times. My nuts are okay though, because the seat is very, very soft. Oh man, and I haven't used this bag yet. I don't even know if you guys can see this bag. I'll try to open it and close it while I'm riding. Hopefully that works out for me okay. But here is the bag. You can open it up like that. I might have shown you actually already when we started the trip, but I'm not a big fan of it. I just feel like it needs more of a flatter base on it, or maybe something a little stiffer. And there's a huge dog. Oh, he's after us now. He's after us now. Oh, he was following us for a hot minute. I was like, I don't even want to turn around. It's always sketchy when you look behind you and you don't know what's in front of you, and things happen like in a blink of an eye, man. So I'm not a big fan of looking behind me. Some things I would suggest getting on this bike, if you were to buy it, if you do like the X2 and you like my video on it, you want to use my coupon code, greatly appreciate it from my channel. It helps me out, helps everything out with getting new bikes in the future from this company. I would get a bar and mirror, maybe 2 if you ride more in the street and you need one on the right hand side, but for the most part you really just need one on the left because you're gonna be in the bike lane half the time. And then you need some type of like flashing light on the back. You definitely need something in the back, like an R1 shred light. I like those things because you can move them from like bike to bike. They have a little mount and go on your handlebars, they go on the back of the bike. You can do whatever you want with them. I like them. You could also put them on your skateboards if you have an electric skateboard. Those are the 2 things that I recommend you guys get. You don't need the bag. I already said it. Not the biggest fan of the bag, but the fenders will be a nice touch. But maybe get the bike first and see if you really like it. Ride it around. And then if you do, then maybe think about, you know, picking up the fenders depending on the price of them. All right, so I need to get over. Go with the flow of traffic, baby. Don't be mad at me for going through it. If I would have hit that crosswalk button, that guy that was getting out of the liquor store would have probably hit me over the head and jacked my bike. I ain't trying to stick around for that. I'm trying to keep moving, all right? You don't know my area. I'm from the streets. It's a bad area over here. Just kidding, just kidding. It's all jokes, guys. We gotta have fun. We gotta have fun on the YouTube channel. Now, real quick, I want to say before we end this ride, I'm obviously gonna go to the house and we'll see where our battery bars are at and stuff like that for our 13 roughly mile trip. But that K6 video we did, the Extreme Bull, that thing definitely took off, man. As I'm making this video right now, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's at like 220,000 views in like 7 days or something like that, which is absolutely insane. I can't thank you guys enough. And honestly, I really think it had to do with YouTube's algorithm, because realistically, I don't get views like that. And one thing I will know though, is I did a e-scooter race with my Sur-Ron, and that short video got like hundreds of thousands of views, right? And I put the title E-Scooter. Now when I did this one, I put E-Scooter. That was the first time I put that in the title, and I think that's why it took off, because a lot of people are searching for that term and not a lot of searches are out there for it. So if you're like trending on one of the earliest topics that people are searching for, then you're definitely gonna have a video to blow up, and I noticed that. So, but regardless, I appreciate you guys watching the videos. I'm trying to be as safe as possible out here on these things. You never know. I can get hit on this thing just riding it at 26 miles an hour, which we're doing right now, and we're down to 2 battery bars, and now 27. So it's pretty much the same. Honestly, faster things are better and safer because you can get out of the way and you can kind of maneuver. You can go slower if you want, but you can also go faster to kind of get yourself by yourself. And see, like right now, I'm cool. No one's around me, I'm chilling. But I can't go faster to get away from a car coming up behind me that looks like they might be dangerous or swerving on the side of the road. I just gotta be careful. But other than that, being down 2 battery bars seems like a huge change from when we went to work, right? That's crazy. So I'll have to see you guys before we pull up to the house, and we'll see where we're at. Oh. That was a huge ass rock to run over. What the heck, man? Come on, MacFox tires, what the hell? Again, jokes, guys, jokes. All right, so before I pull up to my house, I'm gonna stop going to directly in front of my house because my neighbors are always outside. I'm always making a bunch of noise because people have their windows down because it's nice and cold at night. So I'm gonna start pulling over here on the side of the road before I get on my block. But anyways, it says 19.5 miles on here. Maybe if you guys want, go back in the video and see when we started this trip on what the miles were, because this was actually accurate. Like, this was spot on accurate on my GPS. I did not do any like type of GPS like on my phone going to work and back. I'm gonna say roughly it was like 13 miles. Anyways, we're down to 2 battery bars, but if I turn the bike off and back on, I love the fact that the headlight stays on because that's a safety feature, but the brake light does turn off, unfortunately. So people probably won't see you on that. That's a bad safety thing. But anyways, all right, so I turned it off and turned it back on. It says that we're at 4 battery bars. So I don't know how to take that. Wattage, mileage, average speed, odometer, like total miles, your trip, which is the same. And the time we've been on the bike, 0 minutes because I just turned it off. So that would have actually been good to check when I pulled up here to see how long it took me. But roughly, I think it was about like 16 to 17 minutes going from work to here at like 6.5 miles roughly. But it's a cool bike, guys. So drop a comment because you guys are going to help everybody out there that are looking to maybe buy this bike. Let me know and let everyone else know if you have bought one of these bikes. If you had good customer service, nothing wrong with it, how long you've had it, how many miles you have on it. Help everybody out. And if you had a problem with this company, also drop a comment. I mean, if it's negative, but you know, just be kind of like positive about everything and let people know so they can actually read it and be informational about it, because you need to help people out in the community that have these. Like, I'm only one person, but 10 people that make a reply on saying if it's good or bad makes a huge difference in one person. So I know you guys take my word for it, but I'd really appreciate your guys' feedback as well. That's why you guys watch my videos and I try to do my best, but I'm not always perfect. But you guys are the true MVPs for watching the video to the end. Thanks for seriously sticking around. I know they're long, definitely long, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out and be safe out there. Later, guys. I think we got a flat. Oh, shit.